Hello, everyone. My name is María de Espinoza, and I'm very glad to be here and to share this experience of implementing Moodle as a transformed Moodle. I'm presenting this a case on behalf of the organization that is the beneficiary of this project, who is Feminista. So I have to say also that with me is my colleague Victor Mendoza, who is the main developer. So any technical question, please don't ask me, ask him. Okay, so thank you. Who is FOSS Alliance? Let me give you some basic information, minimal information about FOSS. FOSS Feminista is an alliance. It's a group, a large group of organizations around the world that all of them work in the matter of sexual and reproductive health and rights for a very target population, in this case, women, young girls, and gender diverse people. The work that they do is from different perspectives. So at the end, they are kind of ecosystem, right? So because they have exchanging, sharing, and learning from each other. So this is an ecosystem. So this ecosystem needs having the tools and mechanisms to facilitate the interaction between the organizations. So that's why FOSS envisioning to have a virtual learning community. This is the ecosystem that FOSS Feminista has envisioning and actually in practice has created. So for instance, you can see in the top are the main organizations that work in this coalition or in this ecosystem. And some of the partners that work with FOSS Feminista have created some centers for excellence, they call, where those centers for excellence act as a hub of the different skills and competencies and sharing knowledge and things like that. So because, as I said before, because it's an ecosystem, it required to be sharing and exchanging information, to be aligned and to try to achieve all of the organization the same goal, which is to provide the services and the rights to the people that they are serving. So having said that, what FOSS approaches to us, to our organization, sorry, I didn't say that before, the organization I represent is the technical organization that work with FOSS Feminista, is No Texture. This is a company that work in technology solutions for international NGOs mainly. And FOSS approaches to us and give us this statement of work. This is our need. This is the objective that we would like to achieve. But pay attention to the challenges, because at the same time that they need to have some sort of unique platform that was serving as a hub for all of the organization and all of the centers of excellence to share information and to exchange information and to learn from each other, it was the need also to segregate content, because, as I said before, every organization works in different, perspective to achieve the goals. So then the concept of let me go here, this concept of virtual, sorry, I have this and I'm using my computer, I'm sorry. So when they gave us this statement of work, we started a very intensive brainstorming session with our technical team, and to try to see how we could provide a long, sustainable solution to this coalition. I have to say that FOSS Feminista started in some moment, some years ago, trying to implement this concept using Workplace. But at the end, it was some kind of budget constraint, that it was not possible to continue using that, let's say, that version of the LMS. So they decided to move into the Moodle LMS. So that's why when we started thinking and discussing the solution, we say, okay, let's go for Moodle LMS and let's try to see if it works. So what we did, we combined two things. One is we try to leverage all of the capabilities that LMS has without changing anything. But also, we realized that during the analysis that we need to add something, specific things that could work for the organization. So, but just describing what this diagram of the solution has, we thought it was a single platform with two different ways to access the platform, because the organization need to have some sort of two-factor authentication, but also to keep the usual and regular mechanism to logging into a Moodle. But all of them could be arriving and landing in the same platform. They will have the same, how can I say, this visual, or the same user interface to access this. And because they have different centers with different approaches, different skills, and all of the information that they manage per center of excellence, we use the categories. The categories represent, in this case, the spaces or microsites, sorry if I pronounce wrongly the word, the microsites. And we link this with the cohort per category. I know here in your mind probably are, thinking what happened with the courses, because these two concepts are linked to the courses, but we will respond to this very quickly. So this is the solution. And let me just show you, for particular reason of the organization, I don't have the chance to present the platform on live, but I will present some slides. So, so this is the login page. You can see this is the regular Moodle login page, with just customized a little bit to show exactly the branding and all of the aspect that Moodle that FOSS needed. But also it has the two-factor authentications. So when the user has a login, depending of the center of excellence or the space that she or he belongs to, because in the cohort has been placed, so the user will see or all of the spaces, or will just see those spaces or those microsites that correspond depending of the category that has been enrolled, right? The other thing that we took advantage of the Moodle capabilities is that we use themes per space, per category. So that's why you will see, you will see here that we have different colors, different, how can I say, visualizations, and that can help the user to interact better with the platform, and at the same time is more user-friendly. So again, if a user has no access and is not enrolled in a specific cohort, it will not see all of the spaces. It will see all the spaces, just the spaces that he or she has been enrolled. And this is the other thing that it was requested by FOSS Feminista is to have some shared resources as well. And then we make some adaptation to have, for instance, the community. The button that you see on the top, the community is nothing but the forum, an activity within a course of Moodle. And we have the knowledge sharing. The knowledge sharing is what they call the knowledge sharing repository. What is the purpose of this repository? Is to exchange and to share information that is very important for them, that other organizations can have access to learn from others. And one thing I didn't mention is that because it's an international and it's a global organization, they need to have this knowledge sharing repository, having the capability to translate in a, not automatically, but in a way that if a previous entry, all of you have, I assume all of you have, are familiar with the database of, it's an activity within a course, right? So if an entry has been done previously in English, for instance, and then Ana Maria comes and is logging in Spanish because it's my preferred language, all the entries I could see and I could access, it will be automatically translated in terms of the title and the description and the description, not necessarily the content, but that facilitates the process to interact with the information that others have posted into the knowledge sharing repository. Thank you. So let me run a little bit. This is the way that the looks like the repository. But I like to arrive here very quickly because the time is running out. And what we did is, as I said before, we used some Moodle core functionalities in that way. We took advantage of what Moodle already offered, but also we developed two plugins. One plugin is the FOSS theme plugin. This is the way that we have called it, and that allows to identify users in a core that have the access to the core that is enrolled to. And the other is that possibility to have this knowledge sharing button that you saw in the previous slide in the very top without going into the course and all of the steps that usually we have to make. And the other, let's say, I don't want to say customization, but in a way it is, as is creating this a plugin. He created a plugin as a database activity, very specific for this case, that is also for FOSS, but with very specific capabilities, like the four language they need, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Espanol. And the possibility to translate the content, not the content, the titles and the descriptions. And so far we are using DeepL. It's very, very well written, Victor, or no? I missed one E, sorry, it's DeepL with double E. And some specific views added via custom template. So I'm going to stop here. I'm just show this is very quickly. You will find in the presentation how those plugins are working and what we had to do. And of course, maintaining the platform. We have very well documented this process. So, muchas gracias. Thank you so much. If you have any question, I'm here, and Victor as well. Thank you.